But we're actually not on Homestead on the Brook at the moment. We are in Brisbane City, and Grace and I have dipped away for a two-night date, two-night getaway, and got a bit of time to breathe. So we're going to give you a bit of an update on what's happened in the last fortnight, because a lot's happened on Homestead on the Brook. I was supposed to do a trash talk this week, but we left on Wednesday, so I didn't get around to posting this update. But on the animal side of things, everything's kind of at a standstill. We had to get a new car recently, so we don't have a tow ball on this car, so I've got no trailer, so I can't even move Fantine around to try and find a bull to try and get her pregnant. So everything with the animals is kind of on a bit of a pause at the moment. We're just gonna have to wait until we have the means to transport her, so I can take her to a bull to try one last time to get her pregnant. Otherwise, I think it might be Fantine's fault and not the methods that we're using. So see how we go with that. On the house side of things, we've hit some big milestones. I did a live last week, but we've finished all the bearers 100%, which is awesome. We've also finished all the joists of the front veranda, back veranda, and all the living areas of the house. We still have to do all the little brackets that stop all the uplift of the joists. So there's still a few hundred brackets to nail in. But we've made massive leaps and bounds with the house build and the subfloor. And we've also added in some 45 degree corner joist bearers for the veranda, so that the veranda boards can have a nice flow all the way around the house, which I'm sure you'll see when we release the video for the veranda boards, which is really cool. We're now up to I'm editing episode 4 of the house build, so we are moving along slowly. And another thing with animals, back on the animals, we found 7 ducklings just on the homestead, which was really, really random. We had a friend stay over, and we were setting up her tent, and we heard this cheeping, and out of the darkness, a duckling ran up to Micah, and then Micah just picked up this little duckling. And we're like, okay, that's random, that's really cool. We took it inside, and we gave it some water and some food, and then half an hour later, we heard cheeping outside again. And so we ran outside, and we found another duckling, and I'll pass over to Grace, because it gets more wild than that.
Yeah, so by the time we find the second duckling, the boys were getting ready for bed, and so they're out in the caravan at the moment. So they went outside getting ready for bed, putting all the roosters away, and they hear more cheeping, and they hear it over at this massive dead tree that we have on our property. And we're all wandering around in the dark. It's nearly 9 o'clock at night, and the grass is above my head, so we're wandering around trying to find this cheeping, and every time we walked around it sounded like it was coming in the opposite direction. And so wandering around in circles. Jake's out there. I'm trying to put the babies to sleep. Jake's out there with this family friend trying to find these ducklings. They can't find them because they keep wandering around in circles, but I could hear them, and I'm I know that I won't be able to lie down in bed. I hear these poor little duckies cheeping for their mum. I know that they're out there on this 12 acres out there by themselves, so I committed. I spent about an hour out there looking for these ducklings, and it turns out they're in this tree, up in the tree, several meters up in the tree. And I can hear them. I'm looking up in the tree. I'm yep, they're definitely up in the tree. And I just hear this plop and this cheeping on the ground. So I jumped out of the tree. It's at the base of the tree, just cheeping. So, and I found it, ran over, and I picked it up, and it's just sitting in my hand. And I was so glad that I finally found it. And then it was quiet, and obviously it was cold, so it was warm in my hand. And you hear more cheeping, but this duckling in my hand is dead silent. I hear it. I could hear it is coming from above me, and I look up to see where the cheeping is coming from, and this duckling just falls out of the tree and lands in my face. And I'm I don't know how high up this duckling was, but it must have been 3 or 4 meters. Yeah, because the closest branch is 4 meters up in the sky, up on this tree. I'm the first thing I thought was this duckling has just died
on your face.
Just died landing on my face, trying to find its mum. But fortunately, after I looked around on the ground for a good 5 minutes because it was silent. After it hit my face, it was silent. I couldn't hear it anymore. But I looked around, I found it on the ground, so had these 2 little ducklings. I brought them back to their siblings, so there was 4 ducklings. And then through the night, when I found another one in the grass on my way back to the carport, so we had 5 ducklings, and very eventful night. But then through the night, I would wake up and hear cheeping, and I thought it was the ducklings we already found. I went outside to get the boys to get the ducklings to be quiet, but it was just a random duckling in the grass. So I was like, through the night, I was finding all these ducklings. So all up, we found 7. 7 little ducklings looking for the mama. We're pretty sure that a fox got it because we found lots of down feathers all over, like in like bunches. Like, we've had chickens taken by foxes before, so we know what it looks like when a fox gets a hold of them. So anyway, they're all good and well. We've taken care of them and they're growing up. Probably just let them go in the dam once they're old enough to take care of themselves and they got all their flight feathers and everything. And hopefully that's gonna be like, I know that they're not going to be wild by the time we get rid of them because we're going to have been feeding and handling them and stuff, but I don't know. I feel good about it.
It's pretty cool.
I saved 7 ducklings.
The kids are loving playing with the ducklings. They've got a little shell pool and they go out and like play in the water.
Yeah.
Oh, we did have one die though.
If you're a wildlife conservationist, don't come at me. I just did what I thought was according to my conscience. Anyway, what was I going to say? I don't know, we have like a dam that's like almost an acre.
Yeah.
So even if they're not wild, at least they'll still live their little ducky lives.
They'll be happy.
Not as fox dinner. I think we're not. Well, we
Up
have
here.
a dinner booking.
We have a dinner booking. We're walking dinner, but we've hit a bit of a dead end on the boardwalk, so we're going upstairs. Also on some news on the YouTube side of things. So as of this week, we've been monetized since April, thanks to all of you guys watching, and we've officially made $500 from ad revenue since being monetized, and that literally couldn't have happened without all you guys watching. So I just want to say thank you for supporting us, watching our videos, liking, engaging. That's the best way to support all the content we put out, is to engage in it. Comment, even if it's just a thumbs up or good work, something. It's all engagement and it all helps push our videos out to a lot more people. So, thank you. I know there's 3,700 of you who have now subscribed to Homestead on the Brook, which is just so cool. And got lots and lots of projects still coming, lots in the works.
Other updates?
Yep.
We have a website.
We have a website.
Jake made a website, so by trade he's actually a web developer and he made us our own website. So I feel like we're super official now.
Yeah, so homesteadonthebrook.com.au. It's pretty bare bones at the moment. We've got a homepage and an ebook download section. So we're going to be releasing some free ebooks with some videos. There is one on the website for a video that's coming out tomorrow about why we homeschool. So Grace is going to release that tomorrow.
Yeah.
But the ebook is technically there. So if you want a bit of a sneak peek, go check out our website.
Homesteadonthebrook.com.au.
Yep.
Do we have .com yet?
We do, but I haven't redirected it to .com.au.
Okay.
So
Homesteadonthebrook.com.au.
for now, and I'll redirect to .com soon. But our dinner reservation is now, and we're still about a 5-minute walk away. So we'll end it there. Again, thank you guys for watching. Bit of a different trash talk today, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.